afternoon. My name's Fiona. I'm part of the creative team for Crafty Junkets. Today I've had to play with the stuff that Sally had sent us through. So first off we had some sewing pattern to use. We had a piece of cardboard box which I've used to make my little folio thing. Vintage dictionary, bits of lace, and a few odds and ends. There was a few bits and pieces. What I've chosen to do is I had some calico in my stash, just some off-cut bits. So I've cut them down, and I've also cut strips of the sewing pattern, and I've created these ruffles. So this one's a little bit different to the other sort that I've made. I quite like this, and I will do another video to show you how to do that one. This one was done the same way, only then I've put it into more of a ruffle. And then we've got our ruffles and just this little piece as well. So that's the first thing that I did, was make those because I knew I wanted to use them in my project. So this is a piece of vintage ribbon that come in our project. I had the little pin already, and just a couple of buttons just to hang off the front. There was a bigger flower in the kit, a big yellow one, which would have went perfect with this, but it was just too big, so I had to change it. So another piece that was in our, which was in the box, which is in our package, was this. It was all joined together. There was 4 pieces. So I've just made it as a little place to write. I've added a bit of the ruffle and one of the vintage buttons and a bit of cotton that I had, cotton strips that I had like these, which I'd made ages ago. So the cover itself was made from a piece of old box. I think it was a Carmen's box of some sort. It did have 2 flaps on either side, but I didn't want to use that. So that's what I've used to make the base. This paper here was also something that, I don't know whether it was meant to be in the thing, but it was, Sally sent me this little book that she'd made, and that was what that was wrapped in. So I've used that for my project, and I'm quite happy with the effect. A couple of other things that I have used, which were not in the packets, was this Reese's peanut butter cup bag. I really put it in there for the sound because I like the sound that it makes. I've got another one here, and they're quite crinkly. So I've just cut it in half, and I've sewn around the edge, and then I've glued 2 sides down. So we've made a bit of a tuck space. These were offcuts of cardboard, or cardstock I should say, from other projects, and I've just stamped onto them. Same with this. This is just another piece of offcut that I'd stamped onto. This one here, it's got a little bit of washi tape on it. These were some watercolour and some coloured pencil leaves that I did a while back. And these calendar pieces were in the kit, and it was just a bit of what do they call it? A mail advertisement thing that I've used to make the actual card out, the tag out of. So you've got the little pocket here, and then you've got this tuck spot behind. Just also use a bit of that cotton again, and just made a little banner. Added one of the vintage buttons, and I had these that I'd stamped ages ago in a pile, so I used some of that. Same on this side, just another tag that I created. Another bit of card that I'd stamped onto, and once again it's this bit of washi tape, the leaves that I made, and the calendar, and a bit of advertising that I used to make the card to journal on. So once again, we've just used a bit of the cotton, and I've also done like a button spot on these, on top of the bit of banner that I created. I'm not sure how this is all going to go with this plastic, with the stuff that I've glued down to it, because I've never worked with it before, so this one's all new for me. But I have adhered this vintage lace that did come in our pack onto there. I just noticed that I just added a bit more glue to this because it had lifted up on one end, though this one seems to be stuck down okay. So that was my project that I created. I have got a couple of other ideas, and some of them will involve a little bit more sewing. But yes, there is something else coming very shortly. I hope you've enjoyed this. It's very basic what I've done, but I've kept it very basic because we have some new people in the group and we're wanting them to also participate with things. Hope you've enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.